You know, sometimes the smallest things in our kitchens can be the biggest healers in our lives. Imagine opening your fridge, pulling out a few humble vegetables, and finding out they have the power to calm the aches in your joints, reduce swelling, and give you more comfortable, pain-free days. It sounds almost too good to be true, right? But here's the thing. Mother Nature has quietly packed certain vegetables with compounds that science has shown can help soothe arthritis pain naturally. And today, I'm going to walk you through 4 of the most powerful ones, and the best part? They're probably already sitting in your grocery store, waiting for you to give them a chance. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and like. I share proven tips every week to help you move better, feel better, and enjoy life without letting arthritis slow you down. Your joints deserve the best care, so let's keep learning. Together, live better without letting arthritis slow you down. Now, arthritis can be a tricky companion. It doesn't knock politely. It creeps in with stiffness in the morning, a dull ache on rainy days, or a sharp twinge when you stand up after sitting too long. Over time, it can feel like it's robbing you of your mobility, independence, and even your joy. But while medication has its place, there's a powerful truth I've seen in both research and real life. What you put on your plate can shape how your joints feel tomorrow, next month, and even years down the line. And today, we're starting with one of my favorites, spinach. Now, spinach might not have the glamour of trendy superfoods, but don't let its everyday appearance fool you. This leafy green is loaded with antioxidants, particularly something called lutein, which studies have linked to reduced inflammation in the body. Inflammation is the fuel that arthritis thrives on, and spinach helps turn down that flame. It's also rich in vitamin K, which supports bone health, and magnesium, a mineral your muscles and joints absolutely love. In fact, I remember a woman in her late 60s who came to one of my talks. She had struggled with rheumatoid arthritis for over a decade. She started adding a handful of spinach to her omelets every morning and tossing it into her soups at night. A couple of months later, she told me she didn't feel cured, but she could finally open jars without pain, and walking her dog didn't leave her knees throbbing. It was a reminder that small, consistent changes can have big payoffs. The best way to use spinach? Keep it fresh when possible. Lightly sautéing it in olive oil with a pinch of garlic helps preserve its nutrients, and pairing it with healthy fats helps your body absorb all those joint-loving compounds. And yes, frozen spinach is still a great option, especially when fresh isn't in season. If you're finding this helpful so far, don't forget to leave a comment below sharing your own experiences with arthritis-friendly foods. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. You never know who your story might inspire. The next vegetable on our list might surprise you: sweet potatoes. These bright orange gems aren't just comforting. They're like a natural anti-inflammatory medicine in disguise. They're packed with beta-carotene, which the body turns into vitamin A, a nutrient that helps protect joint tissues and supports the immune system. But what makes sweet potatoes stand out is their high levels of antioxidants that help neutralize the free radicals that damage cartilage over time. A lot of people think of sweet potatoes only during the holidays, smothered in marshmallows and brown sugar. But for arthritis relief, you want to enjoy them in a way that preserves their natural goodness. Baked, roasted, or gently steamed, sweet potatoes keep their anti-inflammatory compounds intact. And if you pair them with a drizzle of olive oil or a sprinkle of cinnamon, you're not just making them tastier. You're giving your body an extra anti-inflammatory boost. There's even research suggesting that diets rich in beta-carotene are linked to lower levels of C-reactive protein, a marker of inflammation in the blood. I like to think of it as your body's inflammation report card. The lower it is, the better your joints tend to feel. And sweet potatoes can help keep that score in the healthy range. One gentleman I spoke with after a seminar told me he replaced his regular mashed potatoes with baked sweet potatoes 3 times a week. Not only did his knee swelling ease up after about 6 weeks, but his energy levels improved, too. It's not magic. It's nutrition working hand in hand with your body's natural healing abilities. If this is sparking ideas for you, make sure you're subscribed and that little notification bell is turned on, so you never miss these kinds of joint-friendly tips. Now, let's talk about a vegetable that might be sitting quietly in your crisper drawer, waiting for a chance to shine: broccoli. This one is a true powerhouse for arthritis relief. Why? Because it contains sulforaphane, a compound shown in some studies to actually slow down cartilage damage in joints affected by osteoarthritis. Think about that for a moment. Not just easing pain, but potentially slowing the progression of joint wear and tear. Broccoli is also rich in vitamin C, which plays a role in collagen production. Collagen is the protein that keeps your cartilage strong and flexible, kind of like the cushion in your knees, hips, and hands. Without enough collagen, those cushions wear thin faster, leading to more pain and stiffness. Adding broccoli to your weekly meals is like giving your joints a little extra padding for the road ahead. The easiest way to enjoy broccoli without losing its benefits is to lightly steam it, just until it's bright green and still a little crisp. Overcooking can destroy some of its most valuable nutrients. And if steaming feels too plain, toss it with a bit of lemon juice, garlic, or even a sprinkle of grated Parmesan. I once had a retired teacher tell me she started adding broccoli to her stir-fries 3 nights a week after hearing me speak at a community center. About 2 months later, she called me to say her hands didn't feel as stiff when she graded papers for her tutoring students. It wasn't an overnight transformation, but she could feel the difference. And sometimes, that's all the encouragement we need to keep going. We've covered spinach, sweet potatoes, and broccoli so far, and in the next part, I'll share the final vegetable, one that not only fights inflammation but also works to improve circulation, which can make a world of difference for joints. So don't go anywhere, because you'll want to add this one to your grocery list right away. But before we continue, let me remind you, these vegetables aren't a cure, but they are tools. Tools that, when used consistently, can help you take control of your arthritis symptoms instead of letting them control you. And trust me, the small steps you take in your kitchen today can pay off in more comfortable mornings, easier walks, and a fuller, more active life tomorrow. And now, for our fourth and final vegetable, beets. Yes, those vibrant, deep red root vegetables that you might remember from your grandmother's kitchen. Beets are more than just a colorful side dish. They're packed with nitrates that help improve blood flow and circulation. Why is that important for arthritis? Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach your joints, and waste products from inflammation are cleared away more efficiently. That can translate into less stiffness and more comfortable movement. Beets are also rich in betalains, powerful pigments that give them their red color, which have been shown to help reduce inflammation in the body. Some research even suggests that betalains may help slow the progression of inflammatory conditions, making beets a wonderful ally for people with both osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. The key to getting the most out of beets is to prepare them in ways that preserve their nutrients. Roasting them in the oven brings out their natural sweetness while keeping their antioxidant content high. You can also steam them and slice them into salads, or even blend them into a smoothie with berries and a splash of almond milk for a refreshing, nutrient-rich drink. And if you've only ever tried canned beets, I'd encourage you to give fresh ones a try. The flavor is brighter, and you'll get the full benefit of their joint-loving compounds. I once met a gentleman in his 70s who swore by his beet days. Twice a week, he would roast a tray of fresh beets and eat them warm with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. He told me he noticed not just better mobility, but also improved energy, like his legs didn't feel as heavy when he walked. That's the beauty of improving circulation. It doesn't just help your joints, it helps your whole body feel more alive. So now we've covered all 4 vegetables: spinach, sweet potatoes, broccoli, and beets. Each of them brings something unique to the table. Spinach with its anti-inflammatory lutein and magnesium, sweet potatoes with their beta-carotene and joint-protecting antioxidants, broccoli with its sulforaphane and collagen support, and beets with their circulation-boosting nitrates and betalains. The real magic happens when you make them part of your everyday routine, not just a once-in-a-while addition. Think of them as a team, each one doing its part to keep your joints healthier, your inflammation lower, and your body moving more freely. Now, I want to give you some simple, practical ideas for how to work all 4 of these vegetables into your week without spending hours in the kitchen. Because I know the easier it is, the more likely you are to stick with it. For breakfast, try a spinach and sweet potato breakfast hash. Dice up some sweet potatoes, roast them until tender, then toss them into a skillet with fresh spinach and a couple of scrambled eggs. It's warm, satisfying, and gives your joints a powerful anti-inflammatory boost to start the day. For lunch, Consider a roasted beet and spinach salad. Slice roasted beets over a bed of fresh spinach, sprinkle with walnuts for healthy fats, and drizzle with a light balsamic vinaigrette. It's simple, colorful, and full of nutrients your joints will love. For dinner, you can't go wrong with a broccoli and sweet potato sheet pan meal. Roast broccoli florets and sweet potato cubes with olive oil, garlic, and your favorite herbs, alongside a piece of salmon or chicken. Everything cooks together, and you've got a complete, arthritis-friendly meal with minimal cleanup. And here's one of my personal favorites for a snack or light lunch: beet and berry smoothie. Blend cooked or raw beets with frozen berries, spinach, a little plain yogurt, and water or almond milk. It's delicious, refreshing, and works wonders for your circulation and inflammation levels. If you start weaving these ideas into your week, you're not just eating vegetables. You're feeding your joints exactly what they need to stay flexible, strong, and comfortable. Arthritis may not disappear overnight, but you can still feel stronger, move easier, and enjoy life more by making smart, consistent choices that I've seen people well into their 80s regain mobility simply by changing what's on their plate. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Give it a chance. Every spinach salad, sweet potato roast, broccoli stir-fry, or bite of beet is a message to your joints that you care. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tips. Arthritis may be part of your story, but it doesn't have to be the main character. Start small, move easier, and enjoy life more. Which vegetable will you try first? Share in the comments.